Okay, so yeah, let me just pick out the parts where I might be able to say something to, right? So starting here, strategy, not action combat, is the long lifeblood of these games. I like that he pointed out here, first of all, that League is more to be compared to a chess gameplay. But dude, again, when you have a person that loves poker and plays poker probably all the time in his free time and being drunk, I guess. That's probably one of his hobbies. And he always even takes poker as an example when talking about League or about the changes that he wants to do to League. Best example, the RNG, thinking that it's gonna make League better, which is RNG in any way. Okay, in any way. Don't even make the bullshit gimmick difference of yeah, there's output and then there's input RNG. Those are two completely different things. Nah, it's RNG. Either way, it's bad for League. So yeah, I mean, you don't have RNG in chess. That's the whole point. Everything in that game is conscious decision making, and that's another thing he points out, right? The choice is the fun in League. Having that extra choice of going whatever item you wanna go. Do you wanna go for a war? Do you wanna go for a power item? All totally agree, right? I guess the part that I don't fully agree is the or might have something to say about is like strategy, yes, but not action combat. Like he's talking. Wait, where's the part where he's talking about um there's too much action in the game or whatever, which is kind of true. But then again, League can't only be strategy. You gotta have action. That's the beauty of League. It's a little bit of that and a little bit of that. If I had to choose, I guess I would rather have more on the strategy side. Yeah, would make more sense for League. But action is still probably as much important, right? We don't want it to be too lame, where he says something about the pace of the game, etc. Where is that? Because choices are fun, they feel that strategic feeling, the feeling that your choices, not just your actions, combat, OP skills had impact. Yeah, I agree on that. Where's the part that I'm looking for? Oh yeah, here we go. What was once a simple chill 5v5 chess game is becoming more of a jump around, spell flinging, combat, action fueled arena every year. Or is the one about the pace of the game? Like, yeah, that's the thing, right? Having choices in rune setups, even at like, dude, you had runes, masteries, you had so much choices, item builds, and with that, the playstyle differs, right? Depending on what kind of runes you go, what kind of items you go. And you had so much freedom in that as a player, and that was the beauty of it. Totally agree on that part. Where's that pace? What the fuck? I can't even see, dude. I need fucking reading glasses. Oh boy. Does anybody see the word pace or what? Holy fuck. We live in 2018 and I don't know how to use this technology. Wait, he does mention pace. Oh, wait. Oh, you said it in a comment reply. I just want to make sure people understand where I'm coming from making a statement like that about strategy being less chill and irrelevant with crazy. Being less chill and relevant with crazy fighting super science, making the game less and less chill paced. Kind of agree but also disagree, because you can't have the game be too slow paced. Generally speaking, movement wise, it's not fun when you take hours to last hit a minion, right? Like you probably know that feeling from mid laning when you barely go attack speed. You're gonna go as AP, especially you're gonna go AP AD, AP MR, PAN, MR, etc. Right? Other important things for laning phase, some sustain mana, reg, etc. So you wouldn't really go attack speed, and especially because a lot of APs would have low attack speed, especially level 1. Those early levels are just really slow, right? And you just want to get it going quickly, get enough AP so you can wave clear properly. So yeah, for early levels, I guess it makes sense that it's that slow, but it gotta get somewhat quicker the longer the game goes. It gotta that's basically the point.
Super Saiyan.
The more time you put into the game and more power into your champion with that, the stronger you get, the more action-packed things get, right? That's fine, but like, I guess what I do agree on is, nowadays people just fight randomly over everything. They just that comes from a very specific aspect of the game, which you also mentioned, overloaded champion kits, right? I think that's where it comes from. When you have a Rakan, Pike, Clad, you should pay attention to those certain champions. You will see them always fighting, because they have these overloaded kits. They feel like they can just go in and dominate everybody, and they're just gonna go randomly fight non-stop whenever they get the chance, right? Whenever they catch an enemy, they're just gonna fight. There is no strategic sense behind it. Another reason for that is that some champions are less punishable for mistakes, like a lot of tanks, a lot of overloaded kits, but then again a lot of tanks also have overloaded kits, so that goes hand in hand. But like, also a tank can get caught and still manage to get away a lot of times, while a squishy character couldn't do that. An AD carry would have to pay way more attention, what pathing it takes, etc. Right? Gotta be way more cautious, and that's the strategic part of it, which is nice. But tanks kind of nullify that. Tanks kind of put down that strategic sense in that sense, especially because tanks have now all that damage. They don't even need their AD carry, AP carry to be with them for them to go in and just do harm to the enemy team, right? Just cause chaos and just fight non-stop. When you give them percentage max HP damage, etc., they don't need a team. They can just go fight by themselves and just be complete idiots. While back then you had, especially because objectives are kind of less tempting, mainly Dragon and now even Baron buff, especially Dragon. People just like, you see it every time in my games. I'm always gonna be there on the Dragon, but my team will never be around, right? People just don't give a fuck about doing Dragon, contesting Dragon. Those are the moments where you should have the most action in the game, right? 5v5s. That should be pretty action filled if you do a proper 5v5. But yeah, often it's just a clone fiesta because cooldowns are too low, too much AoE, too much CC in general, and it's just that's where the game becomes so slowed down, when it should be like the most paced, like the most action-packed moment of the game, right? Like, let me give you an example. So you're doing 5 versus 5 race down, okay? You're like ready, set, go, and you engage, right? You start. When I go full ham on that, just full speed, okay, running, and then you just get blocked by some stupid ass shit, and then you gotta wait for a few seconds. Like, that feels so bad, dude. So yeah, overloaded kit, totally. Too low cooldowns. I mean, nowadays every champion has, also every item also now gives CDR. It's another issue, right? Like, you don't even have to think about, oh, what item should I get to get the amount of CDR that I need or want. No, you're just gonna get any random item and you're gonna get CDR. Especially AP and support items. They have CDR in almost every fucking item. And they have already pretty low cooldowns. Like, look at the Clad, dude. Look at how much this champion can do. Look at Rakan. He can jump 3 times. He can shield 2 times. He can. It's so ridiculous. Like, he got movement speed. He got this CC. He got that bump. He got all AOE. Like, do I even need to talk about that? It's so ridiculous. And the damage a lot of supports also deal now. Not only do they deal more damage because their damage is generally too high kit-wise, but also because they have a lot of items that can have AP in their core item build. They don't even have to think about it. They're gonna get any item, get AP, get CDR, get everything with it. Ardent Sansa, right? Perfect example. And then you have like literally everything on the champion. Movement speed, AoE. God. Oh yeah, what I forgot to mention, the damage wise, also because old runes you could go some MR so you wouldn't get one shot by magic damage. Now, like I watched Tylo on stream 2 days ago again, right? Or maybe yesterday. And he gets one shot by a Victor and he's like, oh wait, he didn't even arm me and I just got one shot. It's because that MR from the runes is missing. Like people don't realize how much more magic damage hurts now. Not because, like yeah, supports do deal more damage now, but also because you don't have that MR from the runes. Like that's the point here. So you just get one shot easily, early game comboed, and then late game they don't even need to use their ultimate to one shot you. Ridiculous. So yeah, I pretty much agree on it. Like I really don't have to say much, but I guess that was like what kind of bugged me a bit about the chill paste stuff. Kinda agree, like half on that aspect of it, of the opinion. But everything else makes sense. I also like how he does this extra shout out to the art, art design team at Riot, because dude, they're doing an amazing job, totally. If anything, like that's the best part of League still, right? The whole icons, champion designs, narrative is pretty good too. A lot of people hated on the Shaclone lore update. I kind of liked it, but like their cinematics have always been amazing, right? If not even better nowadays. Their latest champion promotion videos, it's all amazing. But the balance is a mess right now. Fun wise, balance wise, it's all a mess. But yeah, that's the fun. That's pretty much the fun in League, dude. I've been non-stop talking about this. The freedom of choice. The more options, the better. Not only, like, the reason I say freedom of choice and options, you would say, wait, isn't that the same thing? Nah, that's two different things. Freedom of choice means not having bullshit limitations, like, oh, you're Israel, you're ranged, you can't build Stirrock. Like, it's like for balance purposes, but I don't think a lot of AD carries will actually go Stirrock, first of all. And if you have to limit an item from a certain role or champion, then maybe it's not really a very good balanced functional item. What about that? You know, having those bullshit limitations with the current rune setup. Oh, if you want to go this rune, you have to take this rune tree and you can't take all those other runes and stuff. Like, remember old Master Race, you could literally pick anything you want. Like, you had no limitations on that. That's the freedom of choice, not being bullshit limited on bullshit limitations and stuff. And more options is just literally the best example, the old rune mastery system. You could not only give your own individual twist to a champion with the runes and items, but also with the masteries. You know, runes and masteries before the game even starts. And now it's just like only these runes, and it's even so much less options you have in that system than with one of the system alone, like either the old runes or old masteries. That alone gave way more options than this current rune system, right? But then again, it was even two systems at the same time. Like, oh man, that was fun, dude. It was always a fun time for me to go through the masteries and, you know, experiment on the runes and stuff. Can't do that anymore, really. I mean, yeah, you can still like try some. Oh yeah, yeah, let's go Aerie Shake, I guess. But it's so limited. Like, The amount of different runes you had back then, full crit, full armor, full MR, is whatever you want, dude. You can't have it better than that. Ah, it's such a shame. Like, this is, I feel like Riot doesn't get it. You know, people say old league was better, and they probably ask themselves, yeah, but what exactly was an old league better, or whatever, you know? It's like everything was better, you know? Or if people say, oh, what don't you like on the current league? Everything that changed since old league is reverted. Literally, this is not a talk about, how do we make this game fun? Nah, this game literally was perfect and just fun the way it was before. It had everything, it was more balanced, obviously more fun in every way. I don't know, man. So dumb. Yeah, I guess.
Lately, and I know when you run, will make amends. And maybe I won't be asking you to stay. Oh, someday. Oh, why, when you fade, I fade away.
I like how whenever I talk about how League is turning to shit or whatever, or talk about League in general, I see more people unfollowing. Suck on my hairy, fat, fucking long dick. Okay. If this is what it takes for a league to turn better again, then I'm fully for it. And I'm loving it how every single league player nowadays is complaining about the game. I'm loving it, because if anything, that's gonna be the way for the game to turn better again. So I'm all for it, dude.